The coalition said destroying Gaddafi was not their goal. Then why bomb his palaces? Now some officials have claimed that eliminating him was in fact their goal. Who gave them that right? Did he have a fair trial? Returning to the no-fly zone, the bombings are destroying the country's entire infrastructure. When the so-called civilized world uses all its military power against a small country destroying what's been created by generations, I don't know if that's good.
So people of color who are desperately trying to leave Ukraine and escape to safety are allegedly being denied and blocked at the border. And now the hashtag Africans in Ukraine is going viral. Multiple videos from eyewitnesses are emerging online right now, showing black folks being refused safe passage to neighboring countries to escape the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Sources close to the ground are allegedly reporting that Africans, Latinos, Indians, and Arabs are among the few who are being withheld at the gates, and even some cases being sent to the back of the line by officers in favor of white Ukrainian citizens being offered safe haven above the rest. One person on Twitter said, "How can you say hashtag I stand with Ukraine, but in a humanitarian crisis deny black people in Ukraine?" Someone else said, "Indeed, it is confirmed that Africans are having issues heading to Poland." Another person said, hearing from another student in Lviv that Africans are not being allowed to board trains on the border and are being left on the platform. Too many testimonies now to discount. And right now, even more footage is coming out showing people of color stranded and gathering in the cold for days. And we really need to talk about what's going on right now, because not a lot of major media outlets are covering this. And like one person said on Twitter, quote, "On the world stage, everybody sings Kumbaya, but this is what it means to be black globally. Hashtag Africans in Ukraine." But thankfully, it's now being reported.
In our considered view, this action and announcement breaches the territorial integrity of Ukraine. We do not deny that there may be serious security concerns in these regions, but they cannot justify today's recognition of these regions as independent states, not when there are multiple diplomatic tracks available and underway that have the ability to offer peaceful solutions. Mr. President, this situation echoes our history. Kenya and almost every African country was birthed by the ending of empire. Our borders were not of our own drawing. They were drawn in the distant colonial metropoles of London, Paris, and Lisbon, with no regard for the ancient nations that they cleaved apart. Today, across the border of every single African country live our countrymen with whom we share deep historical, cultural, and linguistic bonds. At independence, had we chosen to pursue states on the basis of ethnic, racial, or religious homogeneity, we would still be waging bloody wars these many decades later. Instead, we agreed that we would settle for the borders that we inherited, but we would still pursue continental political, economic, and legal integration. Rather than form nations that looked ever backwards into history with a dangerous nostalgia, we chose to look forward to a greatness none of our many nations and peoples had ever known. We chose to follow the rules of the Organization of African Unity and the United Nations Charter, not because our borders satisfied us, but because we wanted something greater, forged in peace. We rejected irredentism and expansionism on any basis, including racial, ethnic, religious, or cultural factors. We reject it again today. Kenya registers its strong concern and opposition to the recognition of Donetsk and Luhansk as independent states. We further strongly condemn the trend in the last few decades of powerful states, including members of this Security Council, breaching international law with little regard. Multilateralism lies on its deathbed tonight. It has been assaulted today as it has been by other powerful states in the recent past. We call on all members to rally behind the Secretary General in asking him to rally us all to the standard that defends multilateralism. We also call on him to bring his good offices to bear to help the concerned parties resolve this situation by peaceful means. Let me conclude, Mr. President, by reaffirming Kenya's respect for the territorial integrity of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders. Thank you.